Hey, welcome back to Trusted Russ. Today is day 4 of our show, and it's just about time to go tractor pulling. We have a 2 o'clock start time on Saturday, and unfortunately, we're going to start off with another memorial before we get started. This time, long time puller of ours, Howard Nuttakoven, has passed away this past winter. And they decided, hey, let's get some of his tractors out, whether he still owns them or not, just like we did for the last tractor pull video. So we're going to go over them quick. It's not all of them. So let's get started here with the Farmall MD. Not much done to it. It's just fairly original. It hasn't pulled... I don't remember the last time this thing pulled. I don't even see the wheelie bars on it anymore. That might tell us something how long ago it was, because there's a time where we didn't have to have wheelie bars to go tractor pulling. Pull off a clevis off the drawbar. Might have been before pulling hitches was popular, at least in our area. So, all right, here's one he used to pull quite a bit. We got a wide front 560 diesel. It's got the belly mount for the weights. He did put a hitch on there. I don't know if he ever locked this out to where it was locked in place or not. You know, wink wink. If I reach down and hit this handle, I'll get more hitch height, right? I don't know if he was really ever into that. That was never an issue with him. Here's one he was pulling up till last year. This is Farmall 230. It's lightweight. I don't think there's anything special with the engine. He just got a different pipe, put a bigger air cleaner on it so it could pull in more air. Wheelie bars, adjustable hitch. That's about it for that one. Here we got a Farmall Super H. You know, and he didn't pull all of his equipment. He had a shop barn full of this stuff. Love Farmalls. Alright, let's see. So I don't remember him ever pulling that. If it was very early on. Here's another one. Is no longer in the collection, but as you can see, it's got the registration and the hooks, or the weight classes. They got 6,500 4 mile an hour, King of the Hill 6,350, 7,000 4 and 8. Kind of a mid mount, just a little farther back. Wheelie bars and a hitch. And here's one that's no longer in the collection but is still around and pulling. We never talked about the rest of that tractor. We just walked around the back. 560 gas model that he'd cleaned up and painted and made look nice. But then he had this one, another 560 gas. Well, he didn't really need 2 of them later on, so he sold this to a friend of his and a buddy of mine. So it is still around, still kicking, still pulling. He does have fancy pants. It's a Farmall, I think it's a 460 built engine, turbo, aluminum wheels all the way around. It's not out here right now. I think they're going to do that. They'll bring that out for Memorial Class Pull in his honor, and then donate the proceeds from that class to a charity that he chose. I'm not sure which it is, but that's where it's going to go. All right, driver's meeting is about to start, so I'm going to go down there and get all the juicy details, and we'll get started real soon. Hey, we're done with our memorial. We got a decent little crowd on hand for our show. Okay, if you've been watching the 3 previous videos of our polls that I've been putting out, they're keeping it the same. We got the counts about the same as far as weight classes, but on the small sled near side, we Again, we're going to start off with 2 exhibition hooks. We've got a V4 Wisconsin engine powered tractor. Looks similar to D21. Then we got the Ford 8M with a 4-cylinder small diesel with sand pedal tires of all things. And the really pulls pretty good. In our classes, again, just exhibition. So we'll start at 2,000 pound there, then we'll go up to 2,500. Far side of the track. On the big sled, we're going to start at 5,000 pounds, 3 miles an hour. Let's get started. Miniature D21 gets up to 181 feet. Meanwhile, on the far side of the track, we got a Farmall 300 coming into view. Here's the first hook in the 3 mile an hour, 5,000 pounds. He'll get down to 209 feet to set the mark for that class, 209. Exhibition pull was real nice. Gets down to 301 feet. My wife always jokes that when I pull Trusty, my Farmall 8, it's like watching paint dry. Man, this thing's slower. Normally pulls a lot better, but it might be that he just picked the wrong line in the track and didn't get very far, as he'll get stopped at 165 feet. Alright, we got Jesse Camps on his Massey Ferguson 35. He is the first hook in the 2,500 pound 3 mile an hour class. And that's it for Jesse and the Massey. He'll get down to 263 feet. Here's something you don't see too often. Coming up on the near side of the track was his wife, Bobby Boyer, on the Farmall B. We got a new class on the big sled at 6 mile an hour, 5,000 pounds. Up first, we have Dick Roberts on the Farmall 460 with the red diamond. Again, that's 4 miles an hour, 2,500 pounds. All right, up on the big sled, we got Mark Valentine on his funky Ford. It's a funk conversion Ford tractor, in loose terms. But it pulls good. Again, he's in the 8 mile an hour, 5,000 pound class. Here he goes. Small sled, we got my brother Eric on Itty Bitty and Al Chalmers Model CA. He's going to back out of the throttle and come to a stop at 293 feet for Mark, 293. All right, Eric is underway of the Itty Bitty. It's over 160 feet now. Like he hit a wall on that part of the track where he went. He's doing 2.5 miles an hour and all of a sudden it stopped. All right, that'll be it for Eric at 235 feet. All right, next tractor on the small sled is Misbehaving, and it has a new driver in the seat. Meantime, on the far side of the track, we got Dick Roberts in the Diamond Edition. Back to the 8 mile an hour class. Misbehaving. Alice Chalmers will stop at 231 feet. Diamond Edition with Dick Roberts will get stopped at 254 feet. Shy of first place. Hey, we got a new driver on Warren Heinrich's tractor. Come and swap 5.6. Yes, Dean Van Dyken. He hasn't pulled for several years. Definitely never pulled this one. And he gets down to 244 feet. Back on the small sled, we got Bobby back. New class. He's been in trouble. Tried to go out of bounds and then get sprayed. Bobby gets stopped at 268 feet. All right, next tractor on the big sled is a turbocharged B17. And Mr. Tavelli will get stopped at 229 feet. 229. Next up, we got Matt Sweet on his Alice D12. That will get down to 267 feet. It's a brother of the guy that we just saw pull on the Alice. Sorry, I can't remember which one of you are for first names, but that is a turbocharged Farmall 460, and he'll get stopped at 204 feet. We have Lauren Heinrichs. We'll see him several times throughout the day. Different tractors, different classes on the Farmall C. Oh, he blew the horn right at the end. Good grief. Then he just hammered it and gets out to 270 feet. This should be the 2750 4-mile-an-hour class. Mark Valentine is pumping forward, is back 12 miles an hour. And Mark will get stopped 239 feet. 239, he is the first in the class at 5,000 pounds, 12 miles an hour. Probably the best he's done all week as he gets over the 120-foot mark. This is when you're happy to be wrong. Alright, he is not competitive, but he definitely got out of his own way. Down to 165 feet for the 140 International. 165 feet. We have a new class on the far side of the track on the big sled. It's 5,350 pound King of the Hill. Up first, we got Jack Roseman on his WD-45 diesel. They have not changed the sled since that 12-mile-an-hour class, so it's just about done right there. And he'll stop at 139 feet. And we have a new class on the small sled as well. 6 miles an hour, 2,750 pounds. Up first is my brother Eric. Here comes Itty Bitty. Nice hook. He gets down to 266 feet. And he'll stop at 186 feet. Just good enough for first place, 186. Misbehaving's back, and we got Cody Lyon back at the wheel. And Cody will stall out at 228 feet. Alright, a couple tractors go on that big sled. We saw Jack. Well, this is Dad Calvin. And this is their second WD-45 diesel. We get stopped at 179 feet. Nice hook. 179. Alright, up next, we got Matt back on the Alice E12. going to run out of steam at 249 feet. 249. Our next tractor on the big sled will be a Farmall 300. On the near side, we got Lauren Heinrichs back on Farmall C. Back in this next class at 6 mile an hour, 2750 pound class. Lauren's going to spin out at 252 feet. The Farmall 300 will stop at 205 feet. Next hook on the big sled will be Sean Boyer on the Farmall 350. And we got a new class on the little sled. 3,000 pounds, 3 miles an hour. We got the Farmall 230. At 233 feet, and Farmall 230 will stop at 225 feet. Next tractor on the near side of the track, small sled, is Marv Heinrichs on a Ford 800. Far side of the track, we have Dean Gerke on Bocephus, the 444 Massey Harris, former St. Jude's raffle tractor from back east. Stop at 229 feet. Dean will hold up at 216 feet on Bocephus. I missed it. Farmall Super A did one of its better pulls this week as he got down to 119 feet. Up next, still the king of the hill, 5350, got Jeff Gibbs on the Bowling Shoes Propane. Jeff will pull the clutch at 222 feet. Alright, we have Samantha next on the Alice CA. This is a 3 mile an hour, 2,000 pound class. Always pulling with a smile. Always in a good mood when she's on a tractor. She'll stop at 229 feet. New class, far lane big sled. We got Dick Roberts back on the hook. 8 mile an hour, 5350, king of the hill. He's way out of bounds. And he'll put the clutch in. at 270 feet. Got that International 140 back on the sled. Again, 3 miles an hour, 3,000 pounds. And he'll run out of traction at 110 feet. 110. It's going to get down to 202 feet before he stops, 202. And on the way to us is Taylor Boyer on his Alice Chalmers Model C. Trying to keep her under the 3 bump speed. Definitely go a little bit faster. Stop at 217. Cody will get stopped at 224 feet. 4 miles an hour, 3,000 pounds. And up first is Marv Heinrichs on his Ford 800. And Marv gets stopped at 228 feet. 4 mile an hour, 5,500 pound class. Oh, now he's having problems. That it, I don't know if it ran out of gas or spark or what, but he'll come to a stop at 167 feet. 167. So she just hit the gas and went for it, and she'll get stopped at 214. Next up in a 4 mile an hour, 3,000 pound class, we got Taylor back on the sled. On the far side of the track, we got Drew Feller on his Farmall M. Get stopped 222 feet. Drew's on his way down to us. Just getting over the 100-foot mark. He is also in the 5,500 pound 4 mile an hour class. Oh, we're about to lose sight of him. There he is. That'll be it for Drew at 169 feet. New class, 6 miles an hour at 3,000 pounds. We got George Boyer on Taylor's tractor. pretty good hook going as he gets down to 257 feet. Oh, Jack is headed right for us. Really going to hurt his chances of getting any more footage as he gets stopped at 158 feet. Belly up next on the cutest little Alice V10 you've ever seen. Luke gets a heck of a hook as he gets down to 276 feet. Next we have Carl Rosema on his Oliver 880. Oh, he went to the far side of the track and now he's making that hard left that his cousin Jack made. I have to stop at the white line. And he does at 158 feet. Here we go, new class at 8 miles an hour, 2,000 pounds. We got Dan Gerst on the Super CA. And he'll get down to 265 feet, 265. Calvin Rosema's up next in the 5,500 pound 4 mile an hour class. And he went for the sideline and never had the chance to head for the center line as he'll get stopped at 127 feet. Sweet D10 is up next, 8 miles an hour. And Luke will get stopped at 248 feet. Farmall 350 is back. Got a pretty good hook going. He's out on everybody. And he's going to stop at 187 feet. 187 for Sean. We have a new class on the near track. 3,250 pounds, 3 miles an hour. We got that gorgeous looking Farmall 230 up first. Far side. We got Dean Gerke on the 444 Massey, known as Josephus. And she'll get stopped at 173 feet. Dean will get down to 196. 196 for Dean and Josephus. Class on the big sled, 6 miles an hour, 5,500 pounds. Near side, we got that Super A Farmall. He will stop at 97 feet. In the meantime, Dwayne Taveldi gets out to 272 feet. All right, we got Samantha back on the sled. 32.53 miles an hour. And we got a new class on the big sled, 6,000 pounds, 3 miles an hour. Will stop at 197, and the U-Moline with Lauren at the driver's seat will get 128 feet. We have new classes on both sleds. We moved up to 4 miles an hour in the 3250 class. On the big sled, we've gone up to 4 miles an hour in the 6,000 pound class. First, we got Matt Sleep riding on Justin Lundgren's Farmall 8. On the big sled, we got Minneapolis Moline U, Zach Schweitzer at the wheel. Matt will stop at 168. Stop at 180 feet. Oh, and Tanner just went speeding well past the cones. Tanner in the Massey 20 will get stopped at 176 feet. 176. Alright, the Juggernaut is back on the sled. Let's see if they got it figured out. He's in the 4 mile an hour, 6,000 pound class. Starting to cut out on them. And it's still running. He had to back out of the throttle because he's headed for out of bounds. But he'll get out to 193 feet before having to stop. Dan Girth is next on the Super CA. Trying to keep it under that 4 mile an hour speed limit. He'll stop at 233 feet. Next up, we got Ryan Grape on his Grandpa Otto's old tractor. It's a Massey 44 Special Diesel. For those that haven't heard the story yet, I'll tell it again. Ryan's Grandpa Otto holds the record, the world record, and he's mimicking his grandpa there by whipping his tractor, keep it going. But his grandpa holds the world record for being the oldest tractor puller in the world. I believe he made it to 100 years old the last time he was up. And Ryan will get Grandpa's tractor down to 194 feet. Now Lauren on his Oliver Super 66. have to be careful of that speed. This thing likes to go. Whoa, what a save. He was about to stop back there about 60 feet ago. Lauren gets stopped at 233 feet. Next on the sled, got Matt Sweetness, Farmall 460 diesel. And he's going to run out of power at 192 feet. 182. Again, that's a 4 mile an hour, 6,000 pounds. Tanner is back on the sled with the turbocharged Massey Harris 20. Again, 6 miles an hour, 2,000 pounds. He's going to stop at 197 feet. Hey, we got Dean back on Josephus on the sled. 4 miles an hour, 6,000 pounds. Josephus will get stopped, 204 feet. Hey, it's the first time we've seen Don wheel today on a Super C Farmall. Hey, yeah, the good hook there. 265 feet for Dean. 265 for Don, excuse me, Don. New class on the big sled, 6 mile an hour, 6,000 pounds. We got Dave Kratzik on his John Deere G. He was just hugging that center line before he comes to the stop at 214 feet. On his Oliver, gets down to 266 feet. New class, King of the Hill, 6,350 pounds at 3 miles an hour. Got Ty Vandriot on a Farmall 560. Stop at 206 feet. On the small sled, we got Don Wheel back in 8 mile an hour, 3,000 pounds. He was hugging that center line, but he gets down to 271 feet. All right, we got a Farmall 400 in the 6350 King of the Hill class. stop at 208 feet, 208. We have a new class on the small sled at 3 miles an hour, 3,350 pounds. Get stopped with this Ford 800 at 233 feet. We have Matt Sweet back on the floor on 460 diesel. Also and he'll stop at 204 feet. We got Kobe Boyer next on his newly built Farmall 8. He's going to get stopped a little early, it seems, but 175 feet. Got Ryan back in this class. On his mask. 6,350 pounds of it. Yeah, I got to whip that thing. Keep it going. Keep her working. Get down 210 feet. 10. Back on the small sled, we got Dan Girth in the Super C8. So many names, different things to remember. You just have to get a little pumped with it. Dan will get stopped at 227 feet. We got a new class on the big sled, 6,500 pounds at 3 miles an hour. We have Drew Feller on his new tractor this week. It's a Minneapolis Moline G. Previously, earlier this week, he's been pulling at 9,000 pounds. But he shed the weight. He had just a little rear weight. He weighs 6,500 pounds. We'll just stop at 176. In the meantime, we got a new class. That was Don Wheels first in the 8 mile an hour, 3,350 pound class. Next on the small sled, we got Lauren Heinrich on his Oliver. On the big sled, we got Philip Perry on his farm all in. Oh, he's heading for the center line very slowly, but he's headed that way. Hope he doesn't run out of room. And he's just fine at 193 feet. 193. Austin Lyons next in this 8-mile-an-hour class. King of the Hill, 3350. This is close. 269 for Austin. I think we're within inches of Lauren. This is going to be a tight class for the top 2 spots. All right, as we pan back to the big sled, far side of the track, we got Samantha on her farm all in, fresh out of the blackberries, just the way I like it. Speaking of blackberries, they're just coming into season. Comes to a stop at 182 feet. 182. Still in the 6,500-pound 3-mile-an-hour class. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to leave it to your own. Hope you can hear the announcers and get through the classes. They're going to go get twitchy.